situation, a holistic approach that is Center for Yoga Studies organizing online short-term course on applied aspects of yoga for 10 days program. Warm welcome to one and all. Let us begin with a prayer. Thanking you. It is my great pleasure and unique privilege to welcome our chief guest of this day, Dr. R.T. Ma'am, Research Officer, Siddha, Central Council for Research in Siddha, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. Today, we are celebrating a very valuable and timely used topic, and that is on role of yoga and Siddha system. As far as this speaker is concerned, she is a great scholar in the field of Siddha and especially in the field of women. As far as her educational qualification is concerned, she did her education in well-reputed institutions. Her research in Siddha is specified because her topic was mainly concerned with women's menstrual disorder and ulcer. She is also to be concerned with coordinating many people under her guidance and promote human welfare. She is also responsible for providing various suggestions in the coordinating human manpower for the development of research in Siddha. She is a very keen observer in finding the modern difficulties and problems for the women folk. For this purpose, she prepared many research papers and helped many women folk in particular. She also guides many research scholars to the research papers to promote their interest in the field of research. To her credit, she has published many books. She also publishes many articles frequently in many journals of national and international publications. We are so happy, ma'am, to welcome you, ma'am, to give your valuable speech. Thanking you. Aarti ma'am,
Tell me, Dr. Shanti.
start பண்ணலாம் மேம் நீங்க.
Yeah, ma'am. Screen sharing பண்ணிட்டீங்களா?
பண்ணிட்டேனே. இன்னும் வரலையா? உங்களுக்கு டைப்
மேம் எனக்கு ஸ்கிரீன் விசிபிளா தெரியலையே மேம், ஒரு நிமிஷம்.
தெரியலையா? ஒரு நிமிஷம். இந்த ஒரு நிமிஷம். சார் சந்தோஷ் சார், இப்ப உங்களா இருக்காமா சார்? இப்ப விசிபிளா அவங்க எல்லாம் என் ஸ்கிரீன் பின் பண்ணுங்க. ஓகே. நம்மளே பண்ண உங்களுக்கு ஸ்லைட் தெரியுதா? அந்த இது தெரியாம. உங்களுக்கு கிளியரா இருக்கும் பாருங்க. இப்ப வேண்டாம். இப்ப நீங்க அப்படியே கிளியர் பண்ணி கிளியர் பண்ணியாச்சு. ஸ்பீச் இருக்கா? ஸ்பீச் மியூட் பண்றேன். அது மியூட் பண்ணுங்க. Aarti ma'am. Aarti ma'am வந்துட்டீங்களா?
Hello. 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 Can you hear me, Dr. Janti? Yeah, can you hear me,
ma'am.
Yeah, doctor. Yeah, doctor. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes, madam.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry for the interruption and good morning to all. Vanakkam. And today we are going to see about Siddha system of medicine, an ancient traditional scientific system. And I'm Dr. Aarti, Research Officer, Central Council for Research in Siddha, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. The title is Siddha System of Medicine, Elixir to Mankind. And a brief introduction about Siddha system. Siddha system is said to be a divine and holistic system of medicine which offers excellent medicines and lifestyle guidelines for healthy living, enriched with medical and spiritual values. Not only it mentions about the medicinal value, but also the lifestyle guidelines. What are the do's and don'ts we have to follow in our food, our lifestyle, and our day-to-day regimens? Everything had been mentioned in Siddha literature for healthy living and many prevention of diseases. So our Siddha heritage is invaluable as it helps to acquire health for physics, peace for mind, and purity for the soul. So it not only treats the outer body, but also it heals the mental well-being and also it provides spiritual well-being to the human. So next slide, the evolution of Siddha medicine. The Siddha system of medicine originated from Dravidian civilization in Lemuria, a continent it's called as Kumrikandam, which is now submerged under the ocean. So we can trace the origin back to BC 10,000 to BC 4000 BC. Next slide. So what does the word Siddha means? So the word Siddha emerges from the word Siddhi, which means perfection. So the treatment in Siddha also aims not only to cure the ailment of the body, but all the internal bliss or the internal soul to attain the perfection, the Siddhi. So the word Siddhi means achievement in life arts such as philosophy, yoga, wisdom, alchemy, medicine, and above all, the art of longevity. So the word Siddha denotes the perfection, the inner bliss, the disease-free life. Everything comes under the single term Siddha. So it denotes the healthy living and above all the art of longevity. The next slide. So who are Siddhas? Siddhas are the spiritual scientists who explored and explained the reality of nature and its relationship to man by their yogic awareness and experimental findings. There are about 18 Siddhas like Agathir, Bogar, etc. And those Siddhas are with their extrasensory perception and their intellectual have recorded many preparations of Siddha medicines and yogic practices and Kayakalpa drugs for disease-free life. And the basics of Siddha. According to Siddha, the human body is made up of 5 universal elements like Panchaputas, which regulate 3 kutrams called Vadam, Pittam, and Kabam, or Vada, Pittam, or Ayam, which is related to 6 Suvai and coordinates the activities of 7 body Tatus, Saram, Sanir, Oon, Korupu, etc. And Siddha science strongly believes of what exists in the microscope is the macroscope. So that in which man is a microcosm and the universe is the macrocosm. So andathillullade pindam and pindathillullade andam. That is what in our body happens, it is experienced in the universe. What in the universe happens, it will be experienced in the human body. So that is the meaning of that one basics of Siddham. And the resources of medicines, we have resources from plant origin. Plant origin means we will be using roots, stem, leaves, fruits, the whole plant, etc. And also from the animal products, like we will be using seashells, we'll be using the outer shells of the egg, that is eggshells, etc. And we'll be using this marine products, like we'll be using corals, etc. And also we'll be using some inorganic substances like minerals and metals, like we'll be using gold, silver, zinc, copper, iron, and different organic and inorganic salts we are using in different preparations. So each and every raw material, they have a unique taste and unique good, quality with their potency. The potency may be a hot potency or a cold potency, and it depending upon the formulation and depending upon the disease mentioned, the drug may be given to the patient according to with the particular anubana, or it is called as the adjuvant. So it varies. So the patient, you have for example, a patient is having a viral fever, they may be given a drug with a different adjuvant. A patient with having some other problem like any bacterial infection, the same drug may be given with some other adjuvant. So the adjuvant plays a major role in the system of medicine for treating many diseases. And the therapies in Siddha, like Siddha system is a more unique system, and as there are about 64 forms of medications, of which 32 are internal and 32 are external medications. See, in 32 system of medications, we call it as in Siddha system of medicine, the internal therapies we can can you hear me?
Yes, it is audible.
Yes,
Yes, you're audible. Oh, yes.
yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Now it's clear.
Yeah. And in Siddha, this is a specialized system of medicine. We have 32 internal medications, like we have churnas, we have parpam, we have chenduram, legium, we have kashayas, we have kattu kalang, which are called as a higher order of medicine, and we have medicated ghees, etc. So these sort of internal medications are, each and every medications are unique, and each can be administered to different types of ailments. And in 32 external medications, we have therapies like Tokkana, which is called as herbal, that is called massage. And we have Varmam therapy, we have banding, we have Kattu Kalange, we have leech therapy, Murichel, etc. as an external therapies. So what are the treasures in Siddha? In treasures of Siddha, it accounts to in Treasures of Siddha, we have different therapies like pranayamam, kaya kalpam, tokkanam, varmam, alchemy, and we have disease prevention, and we have yoga, muppu, which is called as the crown of Siddha medicine, which is called universal salt. It is actually, and we have different types of treatment, and it's special care towards pediatric, gynecology, and many disorders like musculoskeletal disorders, neurogenerated disorders, gynecological issues, moreover skin ailments, and many chronic diseases. Ma'am, the next slide. So the Siddha is the first system to emphasize health as a perfect state of physical, psychological, social, and spiritual component of the human being. So one that cures physical ailment is medicine, one that cures psychological ailment is medicine, and one that prevents ailment is medicine, one that bestows immortality is medicine. It's a phrases told by the famous Siddhar Tirumular. So Siddha medicine not only cures any disease, but also it prevents the disease and also treats the disease psychologically and provides immortality to human being. So Siddha system is always special with its unique features. Next slide. So in today's sessions, we'll be brushing about the topics like arthritis, stress, and menstrual disorders, etc. So you all know about the arthritic problem. It is a swelling and tenderness of one or more joints. So arthritis, we have different types of, there are about 100 types of arthritis, but specifically we are going to see about the osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, etc. And in any type of arthritis, there will be swelling and tenderness in one or more joints. And arthritis is very common in adults over the age of 65, but it also develops in younger adults and children and teens nowadays because of various environmental changes, their food habits, even though their immunity standards, and the major thing, the stress, etc. So the most common types of arthritis are osteoarthritis, psoriatic arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and gouty arthritis. And we can see osteoarthritis more in females above the age of 50 or once after the reaching the menopausal time, because of the hormone, estrogen hormone will be reduced. So because of imbalance in the estrogen hormone, osteoarthritis may be present in more females. And rheumatoid arthritis is also common in more women because of immunological features. And gouty arthritis is more common in men. And psoriatic arthritis we can see in both men and women. And psoriatic arthritis is developed as a result of psoriasis. Like psoriasis is a disease. It is also in a skin disorder, which is due to some immunological reaction. And due to the prolonged chronic nature of psoriasis, it tends to develop psoriatic arthritis. So the common features in all the arthritis, there will be pain, stiffness, swelling, decreased range of motion, and redness. Next slide. Next slide. Hello. Next slide. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, it is audible.
Next slide. Slide is not moving. Can you shift to the next slide? Yeah. So we'll be seeing. Yeah. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah. The previous one. Yeah. So rheumatoid arthritis is given the terminology Vari Aral Keel. Next slide. The next one. Next one. Next. Yeah, this is the correct slide. Yeah. So it is called as Vari Aral. I think the slides are running. Can you move to the previous slide, madam, please? Can you move to the previous slide? One more slide.
Next slide.
The previous one. The next one. So we have given the introduction about the arthritis. The next slide.
அதான் இருக்கிறது வேற நெக்ஸ்ட் இல்லையே.
The next slide. Yeah, the slide is correct slide. Yeah. Okay, we'll discuss about the Udaravada stronidum. It is otherwise called as Varalari Keelvayu or rheumatoid arthritis. So it is given the terminology as Udaravada stronidum in Siddha terminology. Udaravada stronidum is basically rheumatoid arthritis where there is involvement of all the minor joints. It actually starts with the minor joints like the interphalangeal joints of the hand and the feet, and it affects the major joints in the later stage. So the patient may have a morning stiffness and difficulty in walking or difficulty in flexing the fingers or the movement of the fingers and legs. So, rheumatoid arthritis is basically an immunological reaction in which the patient may experience a morning stiffness with debility, etc. And there will be increase in Vata humor. And along with Vata, the Pitta humor also is increased. So the patient will be having a swelling, and in due course will be having some deformities like swan neck shape deformity, spoon shape deformity, etc. And the patient, because of this immunological involvement, there will be another other problem also, and also they'll be having mental distress, depression, and loss of appetite. Next slide. The next slide. Yeah. Next slide is osteoarthritis. It is also common. The previous one. The previous slide. Osteoarthritis slide. Okay. Osteoarthritis, otherwise called as Aralkeel Vayu. It is a Siddha terminology for osteoarthritis. It is a degenerative joint disease, or it is called wear and tear damage of the cartilage of the knee joint. So it is because the knee joint is a weight-bearing joint of our body. So obesity or hypothyroidism, aging, stress, tension, lack of exercise may also lead to osteoarthritis. Next slide. Okay. So what are the management for this one, Vata diseases, arthritis means? Like we have a therapy called the purgation therapy, which is called Viresanathal Vadam Tarum. Viresana means purgation. So when we are taking any purgative drugs, the Vata humor tends to get normalized. The imbalanced nature of the three dosha, three kutras will be balanced by giving purgation therapy. So Viresanathal Vadam Tarum. So we are using different type of Siddha medications like Agasthyar Korambu, Vellai Ennai, Murukkan Vittu Matrai, and so even for minimal cases we are giving just minimal of castor oil also. So these type of purgation tends to decrease the Vata humor in the body, and so there is a treatment protocol for giving the purgation. So for example, if you're giving Agasthyar Korambu, it should be given a dose of 130 milligram in empty stomach, and while taking this Agasthyar Korambu, you can just give along with fresh ginger juice of 10-50 ml. We can mix the drug Agasthyar Korambu and we can take it in the empty stomach. And after taking Agasthyar Korambu, we'll be having a purgation for more than 8 to 10 times, depending upon the body constitution, whether the patient is a Vata or a Vata Pitta or Pitta Kapha, and there is a combination of the body constituent. So it depends upon the person to person, it may vary. So on the day you should not take any food like which is having a spicy or very sour nature. You can take buttermilk, lot of buttermilk you can take tender coconut, etc. And you should balance the fluids, because like after purgation your body's electrolytes level will be less. So you can take salt and sugar mixed with water, and you can take tender coconut, or you can take pomegranate or apple fruit, etc. And or you can take easily digestible food items like idli or idiyappam, etc. So for the day, the Agasthyar Korambu will be given to the patient depending upon the body constituent, and the dose will vary from patient. So so this type of purgation is given to alleviate or imbalance the Vata humor. So the major choice of drugs in Siddha for treating osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, it depends upon the nature of the severity of the disease. For example, if it is a normal problem, like which is minimal pain or stiffness or etc., we can go for, because there is an verses in the poems like Ver Paru, Tazhai Paru, Minji Minji Kal, Parpam Chenduram Pare. So we have to go only for the plant varieties. Then we have to go for herbo, mineral or metallic preparations. So you can give Amukra Churnam, which is called as like Ashwagandha Churnam in Ayurveda. Amukra Churnam we can give Parigi Patti Churnam, Trikadagu Churnam, or even Single Churnam, etc. So these are the herbal preparations, and we can, if the chronic disease, if the disease of the disease is very chronic, or they're having an acute pain or etc. So we can give Rasagandhi Mirugi. It's a herbal preparation, and it's a wonderful drug in Siddha system of medicine, which contains mercury and sulfur, and along with some other around 32 herbs. So we have Serankote Nei. Serankote Nei is a preparation which is done with Semicarpus anacardium. It is equivalent to mercury. It is a herbal, but it is equivalent to mercury. And we have Idi Valladi Melugum, which is also combination of semicardium, that is Serankote. And we have Purna Chandrodayam. Purna Chandrodayam is a gold preparation, and it is a wonderful drug. It is an anti-cancerous drug. It can be given for rheumatoid arthritis, Purna Chandrodayam, and it is working very brilliantly, even some neurological disorders, etc. And Chandamartha Chanduram and Dinga Chanduram. These two Chandurams are the Chanduras which are very good in having good anti-inflammatory and analgesic property. Because for this type of management of osteoarthritis or any arthritic problem, you have to take a good number of anti-inflammatory, analgesic properties drug, so which can pacify your symptoms. For example, because the patients with osteoarthritis will be having a pain, morning stiffness, and decrease in mobility and all. So these medications have been taken according to the recommendation of physicians and the proper guidance of physicians for a particular day therapies. On the previous slide. Yeah, the next slide. So these are the internal preparations, like we have tablets like Vasudha Kusubagram tablet, Vadamadiki tablet, and we have Kashayam like Vadasura Kudanir, Vishnu Chakra Matre, Chitramutti Kudanir, and Mukirite Churnam. We have Kumbliya Parpam. These are Parpam and Chandura. So I already mentioned, like in the initial slide, I have mentioned that about the 32 different types of medications in Siddha. We have a different array of treatment modules, like we have Churna. Parpam will be combination, because we're mixing one Churna along with one Parpam, depending upon the Nadi Nadai of the patient. We'll be seeing the patients, we'll be diagnosing the patient with their Nadi, and we will be giving medicine according to their body constituents, etc. So the same medicine may not be working for some other patient. So it is a tailor-stitched treatment. So therapy. So it varies from patient to patient. And we insist to take patients like Murakaratan Kirai, and we have and Murungai Kirai, and there is a leaf called Nochi leaf. It is called Nirgundi leaf in Ayurveda, Nirgundi leaf, and we are recommending Lakshakita Kirai. I don't know the exact term for Lakshakita Kirai. So these tree, we can see as in park and all, it will be light green in color. So it is grown for some ornamental purpose. So it is called Lakshakata Kirai, and we all know about the Murunga Kirai and Mudakaratan and Nochi leaf. Nochi leaf is nothing but Vitex nigundo. It is a good anti-inflammatory, and this Nochi leaf, you can use for bathing purposes. You can just boil with water the leaf, and you can take for bathing. So the body pain, the low back pain, or the neck stiffness or shoulder pain, all the like inflammation will be managed or will be reduced by taking this Nochi leaf bath. So you can cook these type of green leaves in your food items, and you can take regularly for the management of arthritic problem. The next slide. So in Siddha, we have some external therapy also, like we have some oil banding of the particular place, bandaging with the oil, etc. Because like already if there is inflammation or already there is redness, we should not force, and we should not massage it more vigorously. You have to gently apply the oil, and you can just band with the cloth or something, and you can just leave. So that inflammation and that redness should reduce. Then only you have to go for as some other therapies. So we prefer this thyla like Pinda Thailam, that is Serpu Kukli Thailam, Kaya Tirumeni Thailam, Vidamushki Thailam, Vada Kesari Thailam, Karpuradi Thailam, Ulundu Thailam, etc. So these are certain preparations we have in Siddha. There are a lot of oil preparation, external preparations made for different ailments. And these are the commonly used oils in Siddha for applying external application. So we can also give some fermentation. Fermentation is nothing but giving some applying light warmthness to the surface area. After applying oil, you can just give some fermentation so that oil will be get absorbed and there will be increased blood circulation so that you can feel the difference. So we recommend to have a potna, like we have to, you can use a cloth bag, you can just fill with some crystal salt and some turmeric powder and this nochi leaf and other medicated other leaves, herbs, like we can use water narayana leaf, etc. And you can make like as a bag. You can dip in that oil and you can just gently heat that bag and just do a massage over your knee joints. So we also prefer Varmam therapy, and there are certain points, and Varmam therapy can be done only through experienced and well practiced Siddha physician. So there'll be some points in all the areas of the body. So those points will be stimulated according to the pressure, depending upon the patient need, and the doctor knows how to treat the patient with Varmam therapy. Next slide. So next we'll have some stress or manamalittam. So manamalittam is a terminology in Tamil, and stress all you know, because like all the people, like because of this COVID pandemic crisis also everybody is in stress, because like how to manage the people, manage work, and how to move in the public transportation, or how to work in office where different types of people will be there, and some people will be stressed because of their already existing problem like cardiovascular problems or any diabetic problem, and some will be having own pressure inside because of their work pressure or if, their like personal issues, etc. Next slide. So stress is a feeling of emotional or physical tension. It can come from any event or thought that makes you feel frustrated, angry, or nervous. So stress, like every person in the whole universe would have experienced this frustration or angriness or nervousness in any of the conditions in their lifetime. So nobody in the world is stress free, or nobody would have said, I have not any frustration, I have not met any typical conditions of like a nervousness, etc. So every person in the universe would have faced these type of emotional or physical tension. So stress is your body's reaction to a challenge or demand. So like urging to get a bus, or urging to moving to an office, every small thing, like it's a small thing tend to build up into a lot of stress. So what does the stress leads to? So the stress, we have two conditions, like acute or chronic stress. Acute stress, like just today we'll be having some issues, like the target will be like I have to complete this like this presentation to this. Or the chronic stress, we'll be having some personal issues, or any financial problems, or any mental stress, like even due to long ailments or any chronic ailments they'll be having, because if their children is not well, or if their family spouse is not well, if the parents are having any problem, it depends upon person to person. There are different types of stress. It may be acute stress, or it can be chronic stress. So what happens? What does the stress does to us? So each and every problem in the body, it is due to majorly it is due to stress, because during stress lot of changes takes place in our body, lot of inflammatory reactions or lot of oxidative reaction takes place in our body, which leads to many problems like high blood pressure, heart diseases, diabetes, obesity, depression, many skin problems, menstrual problem, and arthritic changes. For example, skin problems, like you know about vitiligo, that is called leukodema, you used to tell. But the leukodema patients know if they are actually, the leukodema patients will be having different types of etiology reasons for leukodema. But when they keep on thinking like psoriasis or vitiligo, any kind of skin disease, it mainly connected with our mind and stress. So, and there are, because like in menstrual problem also, there will be an imbalance in the hormones due to stress. So the PCOS conditions, the infertility, even infertility, male or female infertility is due to some stress. And excuse me. And so they'll be having some headaches, upset of stomach, indigestion, increase or loss of appetite. They'll be having some increased heartbeat, insomnia, that is sleeplessness. They'll be sleeping in the morning time, they'll be not getting sleep at the night time. They'll be getting general aches and pains, because like they'll be even having chest pain. If they go to the doctor and they do some ECG also, their everything will be normal. They'll be not having any pathological conditions. So the stress leads to many physiological, many psychological and anatomical problems in our body. Next slide. So, Siddha has given a lot of inputs for overcoming the stress. So, in Siddha system, we have different types of treatment modules, like not only taking of internal medications, not only any external therapies. We used to say yogasanas, pranayama, and the healthy living habits, day-to-day food habit regimens, and taking Kaya Kalpa drug, etc. So what is Kaya Kalpa? What is called, we used to call Kaya Karpam. So the Kaya Kalpa means to make a body competent and youthful. That is youthful in the term, like not a 60 years, for example, if somebody is asking, if a 65 years old man is going to take Kaya Kalpa, whether we return to 20 years of age, it is not like that actually. It means, but not actually means, because when you take Kaya Kalpa at the age of 30 or 40, when you start taking this 30 or 40, it prevents aging. It makes your body strong and it prevents diseases and makes your body competent to do perfectly fit, both mentally and physically, to carry out many regular activities. For example, if an age of person 65 takes a Kaya Kalpa for his ailment, it may prevent further destruction of body cells and further strengthening of inner strength and the physical body. So the Kaya Kalpa means to make a body competent and youthful. And Kaya Kalpa is one of the unique therapeutic formulations in Siddha system of medicine for regeneration, for longevity, and elimination of disease-causing factors. It eliminates the toxins of the body. So it eliminates the free radicals causing the oxidative stress in the body. It helps the rejuvenation of the body. It acts as an antioxidant therapy, because nowadays we all used to tell antioxidant therapy, antioxidant. This is a word which is totally here. So this antioxidant has been registered in Siddha literature thousands of years ago by the Siddhas. And the next slide. The next slide, yeah. So the Siddhas, they have mentioned all the Kaya Kalpa drugs for longevity and enhancement of innate health, not only the innate health, the mental health, spiritual health, etc. So there are different school of thoughts of Kaya Kalpa herbs in Siddha. They have recommended 108 herbs and many herbo-mineral preparations for boosting the immunity, to provide general health, for prevention of diseases, and for restoration of specific type of disease. For example, they would have told like they'll be having a general kalpa. General kalpa means like generally you can take this kalpa for 48 days or 1 mandala for prevention of any diseases. And they'll be having a special karpam or syrup karpam, which is specifically told for any problem of the cervical spondylosis, any problem for any chest pain, or any problem related to mental issues. So there are different classification of Kaya Kalpa drugs. It may be a special kalpa or it may be a general kalpa. Depending upon the situation and the patient's patient need, it can be addressed. So Kaya Kalpa drugs are due to their antioxidant property. There are many research papers. You just go to Google and you can search for each and everything, every herbs. There are many research papers. For example, even for ginger, a simple ginger, what we use daily in our food and our culinary purpose, ginger or turmeric or cumin seeds, or ventia, that is called trigonella feniculum seeds, or we have these the garlic or onion. All these day-to-day used vegetables or fruits and the spices what you use in our kitchen, they're all having the antioxidant property. So what is the role of this antioxidant or Kaya Kalpa? So actually in the body, when we are in a stage of stress, the highly reactive chemical species are produced excessively in the body. So when we are very stressed, we are frustrated or angry, or we are in depression, our body is like a machine which produces like this highly reactive chemical species, are called free radicals in the body. So which causes some dysfunction of the cell, and mitochondrial membranes also get dysfunction, or any destruction will happen. So what happens? These radicals, the production of free radicals, results in oxidative stress and damage to the DNA, the proteins and lipids to the human cells, which causes many diseases like cancer, diabetes mellitus, like cardiac related ailments like hypertension, atherosclerotic changes, some degeneratives of the neural cells, etc. So this is the reason why we ensure that don't get stressed, or even if we stress, we should know about the how to manage our stress, etc. So the next slide. The next, yeah. So there are different. For example, I'm just mentioning one of few Kaya Kalpa which is mentioned in Siddha text, like Karisale, which is called Eclipta prostrata. So there are some methodology. You have to dry these leaves. You have to powder this one, shade dry, because you should not dry in the sunlight, because the phytochemical values of the plants will get vanished. So you have to dry in sunshade, and you have to mix with tender coconut water for 1 month, and we have to after 1 month we have to take with honey for 1 month. So the body becomes very bright. The eye disease get vanished, and we get more knowledge. So these are the certain examples which are present in the Siddha text. So we recommend different types of different types of Kaya Kalpa for different patients depending upon their needs. So even aloe is mentioned. Aloe is recommended for different type of lifespan will increase. So even aloe vera is recommended for many menstrual different types of menstrual cycles, some type of ulcer problems, and for skin ailments, and for hair growth. And it is having a multiple role, and even it extends the longevity. It is also good anti-cancerous drug. And because of the rich content of flavonoids, it is having its major role in combating many diseases. Like the major one is Withania somnifera. It's called Amukra in Siddha and Ashwagandha in Ayurveda. It is having many beneficial properties, like it increases the lifespan. It helps to alleviate nervous debility, strengthens the body, gives longevity. And it also prevents DNA damage and scavenges the free radicals which is produced by oxidative stress in the body. And Ashwagandha, it is really a wonderful drug, and it is even also recommended for insomnia and many inflammatory problems. So the next one is ginger. That is Gingiber officinale. It prevents senility. And next one is Pneumonia acidissima. It's called Villa. It is also a wonderful kalpa which is mentioned in the text. And we have this lemon, citrus lemon. With the lemon it's a wonderful kalpa drug. And we have Centella asiatica, that is Vallare. It's a memory booster and memory tonic, etc. And terminate Shebala, it is called Kadukai. So it is also one of the Tribala, that is Tribala is also a wonderful kalpa drug. So these Kaya Kalpa helps to boost your immunity and prevents aging, and distracts the free scavenging radicals of the body, and prevents many diseases which arises due to stress. So stress can be managed due to by taking Siddha medications at the proper set of time and managing your lifestyle. So next comes the Ashtanga Yoga. So Ashtanga Yoga, and you're all well aware of Yogasanas, Pranayama, etc. So Ashtanga means 8 type of yoga we have to practice for the purity, for the well-being of our health. So it can be It is Yamam, Niyamam, Asanam, Pranayamam, Pratyaharam, Dharane, Dhyanam, and Samadhi. It is the Samadhi is attaining the state equal to God, the final eternal level. So what we call as Yamam, it is a purity of mind. When our mind is pure, we don't get stressed. We don't afraid of anything. So we all our anatomical and physiological organ systems will be functioning in a good body, because there is a great connection between the mind and our body. So Niyam is the purity of action. What we do is the thing what we get back. So asana, the posture where regularly we practice many yogasanas, and pranayama, the scientific art of controlling one's breathing. Pratyahara, practice of controlling or withdrawing of senses. Dharani, concentration or fixation of the mind. Dhyanam, the art of gaining complete control over the mind. And samadhi, as I told you earlier, attaining the state equal to God. So we have to practice this yoga, Ashtanga yoga, regularly to get a disease-free health. Next slide. The next slide, please. Yeah, the yoga for stress. So we recommend certain yogasanas like Bhujangasana, Dhanurasana, Salabhashana, Nadi Shodhana, Pranayama, Vakrasana. I think the slide sharing has been stopped.
Yes, there is no slide.
I request the organizers to share the slide for the smooth functioning of the webinar. Can you please share the slides? I request the organizers to share the slides.
Madam, you have changed the screen, madam. You can
Yeah, yeah.
change the screen.
Okay.
Madam, not visible slide, ma'am.
Hello, madam. Madam, you kindly change your screen, madam.
Yeah, I can see the slide, madam, now.
Madam,
Yeah, I can, yeah, Dr. Shanti can see the slide now. Whether it is audible now?
yes, madam.
Yeah.
Yes, audible, but screen is not there.
Yeah. Yeah. The next slide. We'll go to the asanas that yoga. Yeah. Yeah. So the yoga for yogasanas for stress, we have mentioned asanas like Vakrasana, Tadasana, Sarvangasana, Ushtasana, Padahastasana. Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, which comes in the Pranayama techniques, and Surya Namaskara, Salabhashana, etc. And all these asanas, these asanas techniques have been mentioned in Trimula Tirumandaram with their benefits and their usage for different types of diseases. So the since stress plays a major role, so the people should not think like when we have any problem we have to practice some asanas. They can practice asana for preventing disease also too, even because like this International Day for Yoga has been observed throughout the world on June 21st, and it insists that more people, even from small school children to people of different age groups, can practice asanas and preventive measure also. So for example, in many places the police personnel have been given special training for combating stress, and different people categories they will be given. Even some in corporate companies and IT peoples, they're having different type of stress, so they're given different packaging of asanas for relieving their stress. And for school children, particularly the public exam going children, they are given some pranayama practice techniques and asanas in many schools. And asanas are being practiced in across our country, because our Indian country is a traditional country which practices yogas as not only as a therapy model but also some as an regular general day-to-day practice. So I have mentioned few of the asanas for stress. Next. Yeah. Actually, in the Siddha system, we have some certain guidelines, like just mentioned in the text. It is called as Piniyanaga Vidhi. It is disease prevention rules. We can call it as some rules and regulations for preventing our body from diseases. So they insist on certain guidelines we should follow daily. So drink warm water after boiling. So always we have to drink water after boiling. But nowadays we are insisting on RO water, and different process water are there. But the ancient technique in Siddha system, they insist on drinking boiling water, and that too warm water. Take food twice a day, but nowadays because of due to a lot of changes in our lifestyle, etc., we are taking more than even 6 times the food meal is taken. Like we will be having a small nutritory snacks, or be having a full meal even at night time. Take diluted buttermilk and melted ghee. So we should use only ghee after it is melted, and we have to take only buttermilk, and take sufficient quantity of cow's milk at night time. Always eat to your hunger, not to the satiety level. Just we have to eat, not water and all, everything in a plate don't want to eat. We have to eat only to the level of your hunger, and always consume well fermented curd, because like the curd, the microbiomes like the lactobacillus in the curd, they play a major role in preventing and treating of major disease nowadays. And microbiome is becoming a great stream of sciences, and many research papers, many research were being taken the microbiome papers. You can just go to the net and you can search for some microbiome related articles. What are the influence of microbiome in general health and in disease condition? And practice short walking after food. Have therapeutic emesis. Emesis means like vomiting. So we have to give medications for vomiting, and we have to insist them to take vomiting as a therapy once in 6 months. Because like for Vata problems, we are giving purgation. Like we are giving medicines for purgation, and for Pitta diseases we are insisting to give on emesis therapy, that is vomiting therapy, once in every 6 months, and instant nasal drops once in 45 days. So nasal drops will helps to alleviate the Kapha disorders. So we have different types of nasal drops, like we have Nasi Roga, Nasi Thailam, we have Anu Thailam, we have Pinisa Thailam, we have Chukku Thailam, we have Arak Thailam. These are different types of nasal oil preparations we prefer in Siddha for prevention and treatment of many diseases due to Kapha. Next slide. So we are insisting on oil bath. So oil bath, it is a gifted therapy. In gifted therapy, we can tell we are insisting for taking on this gingerly oil. So there are different types of oil we prefer, and we insist commonly to all the people to take gingerly oil therapy. So gingerly oil can be applied from your head to foot, and we can apply, and we can just wait for 10-15 minutes until certain absorption take place in your body, and you can take head bath with lukewarm water. And after taking this bath, no, we can get you can see many disease can be prevented, and it keeps all your senses very vital and strong, and strengthened. So use warm water while taking oil bath. Apply medicated eyeliner once in 3 days. We have traditional system of preparing medicated eyeliner, because now we can see smudge free. We have different types of kajals are there in the market, but in Siddha they emphasize on taking this karisale, that's called eclipta, and preparation which can be done at home itself. Okay, so those medicated eyeliner can be used in 3 days, for every 3 days, to prevent any eye diseases. So we can, they always insist to lie in the left lateral position while sleeping. So and stay away from water splashing from hairs and nails. And we should worship cow god, and these are some rules and regulations and certain things which is mentioned in the Siddha text. And don'ts. So there are don'ts which so at least we should not do this type of statements, like we should avoid sleep during daytime, don't drink excess of water during the course of meal. So you can, before a meal, you can have a warm lukewarm water, for example, for 15 to 20 ml, and after completing a meal, after 15 to 20 minutes, we can take water, because when you take water in midst of the meal, there'll be some issues in digestion, etc. So never consume food that was prepared in the previous day. Please don't consume, even it is a very precious food or very taste food, don't consume any food on the previous day. And avoid excessive sexual indulgence. Never smell fragrant flowers during midnight. Never control any natural urges. Natural urges like your sleep, your sneezing, your cough, or your urine, or your defecation. Don't control any urges. There are 14 urges in our body, so don't control any urges, because these urges may lead to many diseases. Like if you try to control your sleep, you may result in some headache, some nervous disability, etc. So if you urge your urine urgency, that also may lead to many diseases. So don't control any urges of our body. So I have touched only a little part of the stress, arthritis, etc. Because like in Siddha we have plenty of pressures or plenty of therapeutics in there. But since due to time consumption, I'm just having an overview or outlook of the therapies and lifestyle guidelines for your knowledge. And next we are moving to the menstrual disorders. So disorders of menstruation. So like a female, when a girl is born, from her growth until her death, a lot of menstrual issues are there. Even for small babies, even though if they are from the period of menarche to the menopause, let us say the age of menarche is around 8 to 10 years, or the menopausal age is around 45 to 50. This is called the menstrual. The menstrual cycle goes between the age of 20 to 15 years. So there are different types of menstrual issues faced by the females. They are to name a few. It is oligomenorrhea, that is less menstrual bleeding, and dysmenorrhea, pain during menstrual cycle. Amenorrhea, it is absence of menstrual cycle regularly. And PCOS, it is a major concern here, is polycystic ovarian syndrome. Menorrhagia, it is increased menstrual flow. It is mainly due to some problem like fibroid uterus, or any ovarian cancer, or any adenoma in the uterus, etc. And postmenopausal syndrome, it is after the cessation or stoppage of menstrual cycle, the female may they may feel like headache or cramps or mood swings, etc. And infertility. So like females, they'll be having they may be visualizing this type of problems due to some imbalance in hormones, or there any polycystic ovarian follicles, or any thyroid issues, or due to some eating disorders. Like now the broiler chicken has been not been encouraged because this broiler chicken has having some estrogenic effect in it. So it may when the girl child or the teenage girls, they tend to take these type of chicken, they may have some hormonal issues, which in turn disturbs the normal menstrual cycle. So there will be some children will be obese, and some imbalance, which may lead to many menstrual cycle diseases. Next. So there are certain medicines in Siddha, like Karachi Churanam, Trigadaga Churanam, Annabedi Chenduram, Ashogarishtam, Kunmakadori Melugu, Malai Vembadi Thailam, and Velilotra Patechuranam, and Rasagandhi Melugu. These are the few medicines which I've quoted here, which is mentioned for female reproductive diseases. And we give this Karachi Churnam for amenorrhea or even oligomenorrhea, etc. And this Karachi Churnam has also been mentioned for some thyroid related issues in females. And Trigadaga Churnam we give for amenorrhea along with Karachi Churnam and Annabedi Chenduram for amenorrhea. And Ashogarishtam, it helps to regulate the normal menstrual cycle, because for some people they be having a disturbed menstrual cycle, for example, once in 60 days or once in 58 days, etc. The normal menstrual cycle regulation is 28 to 30 days. But some may have an irregular menstrual cycle, so they can have regularly Ashogarishtam. And Kunmakadori Meduga is also mentioned for the PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, etc. And Malai Vembadi Thailam for PCOS, and Velilotra Patechurnam, it is for menorrhagia, that is like increased menstrual flow, etc. So these medicines, Rasagandhi Meduga, it is mentioned for fibroid uterus and some types of ovarian cyst and ovarian cancer, uterus cancer in certain stages. We can help in treatment and management of cancer related problems of the uterus and ovaries. That too, benign cancer can be treated well through Siddha system of medicines. Next slide. Next slide, please. Yeah. We have this Katrai, that is aloe vera. Even that they'll be having some leukorrhea, white discharges through the vagina. The white discharge may be due to some infections, or it may be due to some issues of the uterus or ovarian problem. They'll have some white discharge. So this for white discharge, this Katrai juice, that is aloe vera, that will help. That plays a major role. And we have a preparation called Venpushini Nei. It is made. It is a Siddha preparation. It's called Venpushini Legium or Venpushini Nei. It can be also given for white discharge. Padigara Parpam can be also given for white discharge. And Katali Rasayanam, Padiga Punkavi Chenduram, it can be also given for female irregular menstrual cycle and PCOS condition and leukorrhea. And we have certain preparations like Varipu Vadakam. That is Varipu, it is nothing but the flower of plantain. Banana plant can be given for Varipu Vadakam. It is a wonderful preparation for arresting increased menstrual cycle. For more than 10 to 15 days, we'll be having an increased bleeding. So it can be given Varipu Vadakam, Impurul Vadakam, Padiga Pungavi Chenduram, and Padigara Parpam can be administered to the female patients who are suffering from irregular menstrual cycle. So even we have a lot of preparations in Siddha which helps to normalize the menstrual cycle, and many dietary food habits should be followed. So they should avoid any preserved foods or canned foods or frozen foods or any carbonated beverages like many soft drinks are there. Instead, they have to turn to our traditional system. Like they should use like sprouted grains. They can take sprouted green grams. They can eat soaked channas. They can eat lot of curry leaves powder. They can take along with their food. They can even take the sesame balls or burfis made up of peanuts, etc., with a good amount of jaggery, especially the palm jaggery. The palm jaggery is having a wonderful treatment methodology in uterus and ovarian related problems. So these snacks can be given to the school going children, because these problems like obesity or thyroid issues or PCOS, even they are present in the school going children of age 10 to 12 12 years of age. So as a parent or as a sister or as a mother, as a father, as a grandfather, as a grandmother, everybody who is in this group, I request everybody to modify their food style, because like the food, each and everything what you eat, what you drink, or what you what you provide to your children is causing lot of problems, especially in the female children, when they are suffering an infertility in their age, in their after their marriage, or any problem due to irregular menstrual cycle. Maybe it is major the cause reason for their problem, maybe the food what we insist. Like we are not insisting on the fresh foods and vegetables. Instead, we are giving lot of packed foods, like packed biscuits, like snacks, etc. Even we have forgot our traditional, like our ancient snacks items, like we have kolkattai or sundal or muruk or adrasam, everything, because they're loaded with full of vitamins and proteins and nutrients and iron content, which we have, which we are not ready to prepare for them, or we are just giving from the shop, which is ready to eat. We are eating a lot of cakes and pastries and biscuit items, which are having a lot of problems to the children. So I kindly recommend all the peoples here to have a traditional food items in their food, and for snacks, as a drink, etc. The next slide. I think, can you hear me?
Yes, your voice is hearing, miss, but PPT is not. Yes.
Yeah, actually, I think the PPT is almost over. I have mentioned certain few asanas for this PCOS and menstrual cycle issues. And one more thing, I recommend all the people, all the participants to kindly to get consultations from a Siddha physician for more details, because it depends upon the patient to patient, and the medications differs from the patient to patient. So kindly take all the medications under supervision of a Siddha physician, and get all the consultation from a registered practitioner for curing a problem. And I think today I have touched about 1% of pressures of Siddha system for stress, menstrual disorders, and arthritic problem. And since Center for Yoga Sciences, they have a wide spread of things in yoga asanas and pranayama, have touched only a minimal thing. And when when two hands are close together, only we can get claps on. So therapies like Siddha therapy and Yogasana, when they are taken together, lot of wonders can be seen in the patients with problems of stress, anxiety, depression, or even any type of sort of things, like even cardiovascular problems, hypertension, etc. So the stress or the mind plays a major role in our in treating our body diseases. So what you think, what you are. So be stress free, be happy, be cheerful, and each and every human being will be facing a lot of frustration or angry or nervousness in each and every daily thing. The thing is, we have to how we focus and how we deal and how we make our body and mind and physical strength to face everything. And a lot of therapeutics are there in Siddha system. I request all the people to make use of Siddha system for their friends, or for the family, or to their relatives, etc. And really, the Siddha medicines cannot be not only used as an prevention, but also treatment, but also it gives a happiness and longevity, etc. So I thank the organizer for giving such a wonderful opportunity to share my ideas to these group today. Thank you, organizers, and
thank you, ma'am. Very nice presentation, ma'am. Today, many people affect
Very nice.
today, many people affect the arthritis, stress, and menstrual disorder in women. Madam, clear and detailed Siddha medicine for arthritis, internal therapy or external therapy. Internal therapy, Suranam, Rasam, etc. External therapy, like oil application of the different thylums. And the next, and Varma therapy. As stress affect the physiological, psychological, explain the details about Kaya Kalpam, and next, oil bath. Very excellent, ma'am. Very nice presentation, ma'am. We are so happy, ma'am, to give a valuable speech program which will be highly useful for the participant. To conclude my address, On behalf of the program, we are very much thankful today's speaker, Dr. Aarti, for her online short-term course in spite of her busy schedule. We are also thankful for our speaker wholeheartedly spent her valuable time during this program. Once again, we very cordially our special speaker for this program. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, one and all. Next session, vote of thanks. Mr. Dayalan sir going to propose a vote of
On behalf of Center for Yoga Studies, I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to this memorable occasion. It's my great pleasure, with gratitude, our most respected Dr. Professor V. Murugesan sir, the Vice Chancellor of Annamalai University, for having given us a permission to undergo online short-term course on applied aspects of yoga. I thank Professor Dr. R. Steven sir, Registrar of Annamalai University, for the great briefing for this program, for the great success. I thank his respected Dr. Professor P.V. Sharma sir, Dean, Faculty of Education, for helping to arrange the program in a very successful manner. With my sincere duty, I thank most respected Dr. Professor K. Venkatachalam sir, Director of Center for Yoga Studies, for all the help and guidance arrange the program in a very successful manner. And also, today's chief guest, Dr. P. Aarti Madam, Research Officer in Siddha Council for Research in Siddha, Ministry of Police, the Government of India. Special lecture on Siddha medicine for arthritis, stress and mental disorder. The presentation is very excellent and more informative and useful. And my thanks to Dr. C. Shanti Madam, Organizing Secretary, to arrange the program in a very successful manner. Special thanks to Dr. Susila Madam for arranging the program in a successful manner. And last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants taking part in the program. I once again thank everyone whose contribution has made this program in a successful manner. Thank you.
all the participants. Session is completed. Kindly fill the feedback forms. Closing prayer, sir.
Yogi Vacha Alam Sarirashya Chaityaena Yogaakarotam Pravaram Muninam Padachalim Pranjaliranadoshmi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Current terms.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I leave the meeting?
Yes.
Thank you.
All the participants kindly fill the feedback forms.
Shanti ma'am, superb.
Yeah.
Superb, ma'am.
Superb.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Very well organized, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. After
Thank you. all are very good, ma'am. Excellent presentation, wonderful speakers. Today, Aarti ma'am has shown the complete capsule of the Siddha system.
Okay,
Super.
thank you, ma'am. Dr. Shyam, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We look forward many more webinars from you like this. நிறைய arrange
Next,
பண்ணுங்க.
next.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am, definitely.
Thank you.
Next program, speaker to Dr. Shyamla, ma'am.
Thank
So
you. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Next activation. Okay.
Can we leave, ma'am? Can we leave?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Really, okay. Fine. Santosh sir, all the participants wind up the session.
Oh, yes, ma'am. धन्यवाद मैडम. शांति मैडम. मैडम. मैडम.
Yes.